Hello everyone, I am going to show you now how to make a maze game. Now this is available on Scratch and below here I've added a link directly to my game. So it's a simple maze game. First of all, we'll play it together. Okay. So you can see here there is a mouse. Now I've made the mouse very small. We have some cheesy puffs and then we have the maze. Now my backdrop is space. A bit crazy, I guess, really, having a space, cheesy puffs and a mouse. Doesn't really connect together, but that's the mood I'm in. So that's what I'm doing. It's my game. That's what I'm going to do. Right, so you can see here that as I move the mouse, I can move the mouse, you can't see my fingers, but they're on the up and down arrow, left and right key, and as the mouse moves around, it's just, first of all, I will touch the maze, the mouse goes back to the beginning. So whenever the mouse touches the maze, it goes back to the beginning. So that's the first part of the game. The goal of the game, as with any maze, is to get to the, well, in this case, get to the cheesy puffs. Here we go. And when the mouse touches the cheesy puffs, yes, I've made it, the mouse shouts. The mouse has made it to the cheesy puffs. So how do we make this? So before we go into the code, there are, as well as the backdrop, we have 3 sprites. The maze itself is a sprite, the cheesy puffs is a sprite, and the mouse is a sprite. The only sprite that moves is the mouse. Everything else just doesn't change. Actually, there's no code against the other 2 sprites. My only code is with the mouse. So if we think this through, before I show you the code in a moment, what are the events here? Well, the first one, it's green flag, so we go back to the beginning. Remember when green flag clicked, start, and in this case we're starting the mouse at the start point. What are the events? One is when click green flag, go back to the beginning. So we need to code that. Second one is when the mouse touches the maze, the black lines, go back to the beginning. And the third one is when the mouse is touching the cheesy puffs, say, I've won, or something to that effect. Yes, I've made it, is what my mouse shouts out. So that's it. So I only have code with the mouse. So let me show you that now. So here is the mouse code. I will maximize that. As I say, let's just bring this a bit closer together so you can see these on my screen now. As I say, the code is below here. So you can remix that code, you can look at it as you make your own game. But we have when green flag clicked, go to, these are coordinates. We know what coordinates are, don't we? So location on the screen. The coordinates of that, x minus 86, y minus 94. Remember, x0, y0 is in the middle. So x minus x is to the left, plus x is to the right of the cheesy puffs, minus y is below the cheesy puffs, plus y is above the cheesy puffs. So we can get a sense. Minus 86, minus 94, that is this start point. So when green flag clicked, go there. We saw that, the mouse goes back to the beginning. And then we have this forever loop. And we have these 2 if statements. If touching maze, go to x minus 86, y minus 94, the beginning. Then also if touching cheesy puffs, shout, yes, I've made it. I could also add a score as well, or do something else. We could add an animation, we could have maybe the mouse dancing around, but all my mouse is doing is shouting, yes, I've made it. Now, the other code are these events. So when up arrow key pressed, change Y by 10. Remember, Y by 10 is up. When down arrow key pressed, change Y by minus 10. Minus 10 is down. When right arrow key pressed, change X by 10 is right. And then when left arrow key pressed is left. Now that is my left as I'm looking at this camera. I hope that this is going to make sense in the YouTube clip. But yes, it's left. Minus 10 is left, even if I'm pointing in the wrong direction due to the video here. Right, now as I said, maze, or cheesy puffs, no code. Maze, no code. Backdrop, no code. The only code is on the mouse. Now the other thing you're going to need to pay attention to is the mouse. So if the mouse is 100, so the mouse starts off at 100, if it's far too big, he's never going to be able to get through this maze. He'll always be stuck back at the beginning. So make the mouse small enough. Oops. And there you go. And also the cheesy puffs as well. The cheesy puffs, I have them at size 25. You can see the default size of 100. They're massive. Far too big. So you'll need to pay attention to that. 25. And also drawing the maze itself. So I'm going to show you that now. If I go to the backdrop, and if I make another backdrop, so here we go, paint. Oops. I can choose, instead of this nebula, I quite like the nebula, but if I wanted to change to another backdrop, I could choose another one by, where do we go? Right, I quite like the beach. Terrible weather out there. Let's have the maze on the beach instead. And now let's get rid of the nebula. Now my maze is on the beach. That's nice, isn't it? Makes us think of sunshine rather than this horrible cold weather. So as I was going to say, the maze is a sprite as well. So at the moment, this is my maze. I'm going to just create a new maze. So here we go. Paint. If I create a new maze, what I'm going to do is go, just use be a crazy maze. Make it as challenging as you want. You can have a start point over here. Use these tools. Use the lines so you can start and then end. Okay, but make sure there's an open area. So I'll just delete this. If I look at my maze, you can see we have a starting point, and there is a clear path. There's some distractions. All of this is irrelevant, but start here, up we go, round the top, down, and we get to the centre. Yes, so that is the maze game. As I say, it is below here. Click it, I've shared it, you'll see the code. I'll put the code up here. But there you go, there is a simple maze game. Just show that to you, because that's what you want to see. Leave that open. You can pause YouTube, can't you? You can see this. Well, good luck everybody. Remember, I want to see your maze games. I want to see these games. The computer labs at school, we need to make them more interesting. We need to have some of your awesome work. The best work is going to go up on display, and we can show off to students as they come through the school what they'll be doing in forms 3, 4, 5, and 6. Get them sure they're excited anyway, but make them even more excited with your awesome work on display. So as I said, remember, 3 sprites and this code. Good luck, everybody. Take care, bye.